Whew. Tourist Heather here in my cool tourist shirt. Right? Whew. So we're working now. We did the First Amendment. Now we are going to do the Second Amendment, right? Now, you know I'm all over the Second Amendment, right? Because it's my amendment and I defend it, and I actually try and memorize it and word for word. Here's the thing, in the last video, I was talking about, you're going to have to, I'm like hungry, and I'm sitting on the back of the truck at Sam's Club waiting for the traffic to subside in Houston. So I'm just like burning some time because you know how Houston traffic is at drive time, right? So I'm eating cheese, exercising my freedom, sitting on the back of the truck, keys aren't in it, I'm on private property, unless Sam comes and arrests me, or somebody comes and says something about me. I don't think they will, because I'm a member. All right, here we go. But I'm not trying to be totally obnoxious. I just got my can in there. Now, so here's the thing. Second Amendment is argued about. And the thing is this. Okay, so the Constitution is made up of 3 parts, right? You have the executive, the legislative, and the judicial. Trilateral treaty. That's what was going on. There were 13 colonies, and everybody had to make an agreement because each state was free. All of the 13 states in the beginning were free states. So they had to decide how they were going to represent themselves. It turns out, and we'll get to the later amendments. I want to talk about the later amendments in the teens. Those amendments made changes to our Constitution, and those changes were really important, and some of them weren't very good, okay? We used to elect our senators. We, the people, would elect... No, we, the people, didn't elect them. They were elected by our representatives at the state level. That's what happened. And they changed that so that we vote on them. I don't know, it's not right. They shouldn't have done that. But anyway, either way, we have the executive branch, the legislative branch, and the judicial branch, and they all do different things. In the legislative branch, you have the Senate. It's the Congress, basically. We have the Senate and the Congress, the representatives that go and represent our state, and they're divvied up by the amount of people in a state. That's why we are required to do the census, and it's very important to do your census. Because if we don't get a correct census every 10 years, we don't know how many people are in each state. Texas bought seats. Texas got more seats because so many people have come into this state in the last 10 years. So having our census correct is such an important issue. If we don't, here's another thing. Gerrymandering is what is going on right now down at the Senate. They're gerrymandering our districts. It needs to stop. Tell your senators, not your senators, but your congressmen, that we don't want gerrymandering anymore, okay? Because it has to stop. They're drawing these little tiny lines like, oh, here's all the people in this little tiny area, and then they don't even match. It's ridiculous. So anyway, let's talk about the Second Amendment. Okay, Second Amendment's pretty simple. First Amendment, what did we talk about? 5 things, right? Freedom of speech. Freedom of religion. Freedom of religion, freedom of speech, freedom of the press, peacefully assemble, and to petition for grievances. That's the First Amendment. Second Amendment reads like this. A well-regulated militia. Okay? So we're allowed to have militias. They're constitutional. Militias are constitutional. And it says there, a well-regulated militia. Okay? Then it's got a comma. being necessary to the security of a free state. So we talked about the free state, right? There were 13 of them. They were colonies. When they drafted the Constitution, they became states. The 13 states of the United States of America. Okay? There's a comma there, so it breaks that sentence apart. The right of the people. Who were the people? We're the people. We're the people, right? The right of us, our rights. We have a right. This is not argued. We are the people of these United States. And when this was written, there were only 13. We have 50, plus we have territories now. Territories have to conform to the United States Constitution. If they don't conform, they don't get to be a state, period. That's it. We can have all the territory we want, but there are 50 states. The right of the people to keep, okay, so that means to have them, to keep them, and bear, so to bear them means to show them. Arms, okay? How many times have we had this conversation about what we call them? Right? They're not weapons. We don't carry weapons. We carry arms. Why? A weapon is used offensively to kill people that aren't expecting it. Arms are used in defense. And that is what the Second Amendment of the United States says. It doesn't say to keep and bear weapons. It says arms. We have armament. Our armament is for our own defense. It is not to hurt people randomly. A weapon hurts people randomly. So, right of the people to keep and bear arms, comma, shall not be infringed. That's pretty simple. It's simple. It's not complicated. And they want to dice it up. Oh, the living Constitution. We talked about that last time. There is no living Constitution. The Constitution of the United States was written years ago. It's not alive. It's a written document. It's a treaty. It was signed by all of the patriots that were alive at that time. I think we're going to roll into D.C. and actually see it one day. The Declaration of Independence and the United States Constitution, because it's important. It's important to me. Anyway, so there we have it. Let's read it one more time. Article 2 reads like this. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. That's it. Okay. This is Tourist Heather on her vacation, hanging out in the Sam's Club, doing freedom, because you know what? Turns out, people, freedom's popular, right? Love you guys. That's lesson number 2. Peace out. Oh, I should say this is Heather Hill. I'm the owner of Texas Microfarms, and I am also the owner of Sexy Beast Catering, and I am the leader of Come and Take It Texas, and I'm out here. We're rolling around to talk to some of the other patriots face to face, because, you know, patrioting is hard, and patrioting has got to be done face to face. So I love you guys. Peace out. Coming your way soon.